Welcome back, my fellow patriots, to the Save Our Republic Daily episode. Tomorrow is the inauguration, and we've heard a great deal about the security arrangements, about how it's being changed because of the pandemic, how it's gone virtual, the different changes in the festivities and the accoutrements that usually go along with the inauguration. Quite frankly, I think there's really only two things that matter, not just tomorrow, but in connection with inaugurations in general, and that's assuming, and I'm praying to God for this, that we have a secure event on January 20th, 2021. And those two things are the speech that is given by the president. That was a precedent set by George Washington when he was first inaugurated and is carried forward with every president since. It's not required in the Constitution, but it is a tradition and custom. And sometimes those can be groundbreaking and just fabulous exercises in trying to unite the country behind a shared vision. The second is what's actually in the Constitution, which is from Article 2, Section 1, and it's about the oath of office. So I'm going to focus on that. It provides, quote, "Before he enters on the execution of his office, he shall take the following oath or affirmation, quote, I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will faithfully execute the office of the President of the United States and will, to the best of my ability, protect and defend the Constitution of the United States," unquote, unquote. It's the only provision in the Constitution that actually has a quote within it. The other office holders in the federal and state governments are also bound to take an oath in connection with defending the Constitution of the United States, but the specific language is not specified, where this one is. It's very important that it be specified and that he follow it. And at this point, it's only been he's, although I'm sure at some point it will be a she. And again, I want to break that down. Faithfully execute the office of the president. So not just kind of go through the motions, not just kind of do what you want as president, but that you will use your good faith, faithful to what the Constitution says, to fulfill your office. The second is to the best of my ability, not kind of lackadaisically, not kind of just doing what you want, but to the best of the ability of the person, to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States. Protect, defend, it's the Constitution. If you go to England, they swear an oath of allegiance to the Queen. And many other nations, they're swearing allegiance to something other than a constitution. So this is a vitally important part of our system of government, that what matters is the faithful execution of the office, and that person, to the best of their ability, protect and defend the Constitution, not a particular person, not a particular party, not a particular ethnic class, not a particular caste, not a particular economic class or profession, religion. It's to the Constitution. And remember, I talked about the social compact and the rule of law and limited government. All those founding first principles get wrapped up into this idea of what the oath is. It's also an oath or affirmation, which is a public declaration, a public promise that the person will do something. And when the founders put in the oath, not just for the president, but for all federal office holders and state office holders, they really believed that the oath would mean something, and that it was incredibly important for those who took the oath to take it seriously, that they would publicly perform it and really become transformed by it, because President-elect Biden is going to go from President-elect Biden to President Biden. It's a transformative act, and it's one that is supposed to bind his actions for the next 4 years. So just keep that in mind. I'm looking forward to continuing these discussions. I will note that the Patriot Week, Patriot Lessons, American History and Civics podcast does have an episode specifically on inaugurations. It's a little lengthy, but it is worth the listen. It is one of the best episodes we've ever done. So if you could check that out at anywhere you can find podcast, at Patriot Lessons, American History and Civics. That's the podcast. Don't forget to check out patriotweek.org and my book, americasurvivalguide.com. And you may have noticed on some of my social media, I am having a book discussion this upcoming Thursday. The information is on Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn, etc. So I hope that I get to see some of you there as well. God bless you, and God bless America.